method, looking for the one who's trying to be perfect, yeah. You will try to match it, don't be sad if you don't make it. You hope for wonders, living life means making blunders. It can make you shatter, you will try to fight the thunders. Trust me no matter what happens, because I will stay by your side in your heart. Whatever happens, remember that you can do anything you want. You can do anything you want. Follow the light if you're not sure. Listen to your gut. The right path will come when the time is right. Take your own method, looking for the one who's trying to be perfect, yeah. You will try to match it, don't be sad if you don't make it. You hope for wonders, living life means making blunders. It can make you shatter, you will try to fight the thunders. Trust me no matter what happens, because I will stay by your side in your heart. Whatever happens, remember that you can do anything you want. You can do anything you want.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's Friday. I didn't stream the last couple days because I had work commitments during this time, so I had to go in, cover some stuff on first shift schedule. So normally I work second shift, but and next week I'll be on first shift all week, so no streaming for me next week. I know you're all bummed. It's a joke. I did do some trading, not a whole lot, but just to keep the mind sharp and the skills, solid. So, but hopefully today we'll be able to make up for some lost ground from Wednesday and Thursday. So, with that being said, let's take a look and see what we got. So on a news calendar, we did have an 8:30 release. We had U.S. housing starts, which came in lower than forecast. Building permits, housing starts change month over month, and building permits change month over month. All those numbers came in forecast. It looks like the market initially digested that in a negative way, so it is starting to rebound somewhat off of the lows after the news. We do have high impact news at 10, University of Michigan sentiment preliminary numbers, as well as 5-year inflation preliminary, 1-year inflation preliminary, expectations preliminary, and condition preliminary. All released at 10 a.m. At 1 p.m., we have U.S. Baker Hughes total rig count and oil rig count, which for crude and energy traders. 125, we have a Fed speaker, Fed Goolsbee, and then again he's speaking at 4:14 p.m. So keep in mind, I believe today is options expiration day, so there could be some added volatility as a result of that. Good morning, Christian. How are you? So be on the lookout for some wild swings this morning as a result of that. We may see it, we may not, but at least we're aware of it. So looking at the monthly chart, this month has turned around so far. I think beginning of the week we were somewhere down here. Now we're up here. So we do have a very long tail on this month's candle, and see how that translates to the weekly chart, which is very bullish. So it looks like this low was swept on the weekly chart, and that's where we turned around. So that was the draw on liquidity at the start of the week. Now we're probably looking towards the highs. So when we get to the 4-hour chart, I will point out the level I have marked here. But daily chart, as you can see, that range, that channel that I was talking about, that at the beginning of the week, the down channel, we have now broken out of that, and it was a decisive breakout. It wasn't one where we poked through, retested, and then pushed up. No, we pushed right through the top of that channel and never looked back so far. So that's good news for those of you looking to go long, or at least it was in the beginning of the week. Alexa's talking to me. I don't know why. She scared the crap out of me. I'm like, who's in the room with me? We did trade above in the overnight session yesterday's highs, so now we're back inside of yesterday's range, below settlement. Settlement for yesterday was 19,581.25. Let me just confirm that with the CME numbers. So let's take a look. So if you go to CME Group, pull up the NQ E-mini NASDAQ futures settlement numbers, 19,581.25 for a contract of September 2024. Contract expiration September 2024. So that's where we're at. Pretty decent volume overnight, 517. It's good. Just close that up. So yeah, so 19,581.25 is settlement, and we're pushing back into the middle of the range so far. And here we are in the 4-hour chart. This, for me, at least during the overnight session, was the draw on liquidity. This right up here. So we're looking at 19,717, which was created on July 31st. So that high was from July 31st. You do have a lower sell side liquidity draw here at 19,104.75. So I'm going to go ahead and mark that. Let's see. Sure, check my time. We're 5 minutes from the open. Let's do it today. Well, it's 10 a.m. yesterday. There. So that's your intraday, I would say, drawn liquidity, sell side drawn liquidity, 19,106. And here we are on the hourly chart. So we have been since 3 a.m. one timing down. So, and again, that means that every candle after the 3 a.m. candle has not broken the previous candle's high. So, probably looking for a push down at the open. Maybe to retest this level here, which I need to adjust that at 8 a.m. So put that for 7. Okay, good. 30 minutes. We did see some small pullbacks on the 30-minute chart, but still mostly very definitive down move right now. See how we open. To the 4-hour chart for a minute here while I make some adjustments. Let's see. Looks like we got a little over a minute left. Yeah, minute and a half till the open. So I am starting the day with a little bit of a cushion. Not much. Just a couple of moves in the overnight session that I took, but nothing really took off. I had a couple of first target hits and then a lot of trailing stop outs. This one is one that I added a single contract into when it went against me at a lower level that I was watching. So and so that's why you see these are negative and that lower level contract is a positive number. So it's basically a break-even trade on that, maybe a small loss, and then the rest of the night it's just, it would run get within 2-3 ticks of my first target and then come all the way back and take out my break-even stop. So I figured I didn't want to play that all night. So I started watching TV and figured I'd come back in the morning and see what I could find. Okay, market's open. Let's get ready to rumble. 19,503.50 is the opening print for the US session. Well, I generally don't trade the first 15 minutes, so while I let this settle down a little bit, I'm gonna finish my breakfast. I'll be here. I'm just gonna kill the video feed so you guys don't have to watch me eat, and I'm probably gonna mute my mic so you don't hear it as well, but I'll be here watching. Was almost done, so I didn't have much left. We're respecting this fair value gap here. 5-minute chart, 15-minute chart. What do we got? We got inverted fair value gap here on the 15-minute chart. Usually, these are good areas to take trades off of. So we close up, and this inversion holds. Come back, retest it, maybe a bounce off of that area. We're looking at 510. 225 is the top of the fair value gap, and the close of this candle is 502.50. So one tick above it closed. We can see it more clearly on the 1-minute chart. So my 1-minute chart shows the 15-minute fair value gaps. I'll trade those off of that 1-minute chart. I don't take many trades off of this chart, but I do watch it because sometimes there are some nice setups that tend to work out. Probably because it's MNQ. This is a MNQ chart, so there is some differences in the way those look. Just because it doesn't track like tick for tick on it. It's close. It closely follows the NQ, but MNQ does still have its own price action, so you don't always get the same gaps, fair value gaps, or the same levels as you do on the NQ chart. This is MNQ. Let's look at 15 minutes. So yeah. So see how this one here. You're talking about this gap here. You have the hide closed fair value gap setting on your indicator. You have that box checked. So check this box here. Just make sure this box here is not checked. Hide filled fair value gaps. So any gap that's filled will disappear from your chart if you have this box checked. If you want them to show up to help you spot when you have an inverted fair value gap, then you want to uncheck this. So. See if that makes a difference. You're welcome. I thought you were talking about a bullish fair value gap that didn't show up. Like, maybe it's because it's MNQ. I misunderstood the question. There's the range chart. So I've been watching this a lot. And I do like the way it looks. And again, I'm plotting 15-minute fair value gaps on this chart here. So since I'm still learning its nuances, I haven't really traded off of it yet. I've taken one entry or two entries this week off of it, but nothing really that I could say with some data-driven facts that you know, that I could use. But I like the way it looks. And that's a 60 range. When it's really fast, I could up it to 100 range or 80. Five minutes, 4 minutes and 40 seconds, 30 seconds till I am cleared to trade. Just a little insight into my thought process as I'm watching this. Anytime price is trading below or above settlement at the open, my initial thought is the draw on liquidity is going to be settlement. That's the immediate magnet that I look for price to move towards, that settlement level. So here, and again, we just opened. We're now on the third candle in the 5-minute bar series, and we're pushing up. You know, there's a lot of resistance up here. We do have a couple of fair value gaps. We do have VWAP and the midpoint to move through before we do get to settlement. But we just saw a POC shift and prices pushing up off of that. So the POC is the highest volume node, and then the actual opening price is also a level that I, use as a litmus test for bullish or bearish tendencies. For trading above the opening print, my view is price is more bullish. If we're trading below it, then it's more bearish. So, very basic thought process, but it works for me. So figured I'd kind of give that insight into my thought process. But just because I think it's going to do something doesn't mean it will, and often it doesn't. That is the reality of life as a trader, or an aspiring trader. Very often I am wrong. I'm reserved to the fact. My wife's been telling me I'm wrong my whole, our whole marriage, so I guess I'm used to it. And I accept it. I'm just gonna be wrong. Even when I'm but we won't tell her that. I like to tell her. I may not always be right, but I'm never wrong. He doesn't buy it either. We're back below opening print, and we're trading above and below, or right around the POC. And I'm actually cleared to trade. It's 9:45, so I may sit on my hands until that 10 o'clock news comes out, unless I see something really compelling to jump in on. But I am learning to be patient. Sorry, just checking work emails.
tell them how I really feel? Should I ever tell them how I really feel? Swimming in sand, take my hand, I wanna refocus. My sun, my music, my princess.
I think once the 10 o'clock news comes out, this thing will start to pick a direction. Still think the immediate draw is that settlement level. Depending on the news, we might sweep the low and then push back up. If it's viewed, the market views it negatively, I guess, or positively, it might help. I think if we get any traction below the overnight lows, and we can push down for sure. A little under 3 minutes left till the news comes out, so I'm just gonna sit here and watch, be patient. Not interested in donating this morning.
It's like I can't walk on the ceiling. Oh yeah, got me dreaming in colors I never dreamed. Oh yeah, I let you in deeper than I let anyone else before. Fell in love with my broken pieces, took 'em all and made 'em yours. Didn't know what my heartbeat needed. Skipping out, no I can't keep score. When I lose my breath, boy, you got me breathing. Oh, every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Oh. Magic. No, I'm never letting go. Now that I have it with you. When you kiss me, it's like the stars fall out the sky onto my heart to cover up what I don't want to show.
My system clock was a little out of sync with the rhythmic clock, so I'm gonna fix that. 3 seconds. Hasn't released yet that I see. Oh, there it goes. So it looks like everything but the University of Michigan condition preliminary exceeded forecast. So that particular release was below forecast. 325. Oh, I think I realized why my sound was lower. My boom was up. So the mic wasn't near my mouth. Oops. Alright, I think I'm gonna take this. 33. I don't know if it's gonna come back, but
Order submitted. Order submitted. Order canceled.
okay. So, get back up. We're at break even now.
Creative imagination began with a new art form. Makes me feel I belong to something.
Order canceled.
Second target hit. Gonna move this a little closer to settlement. 81, 79.
Order canceled.
Third target hit. And we're going to move this one up to 43. There we go. So we're going to leave the trailing stop where the first target was when it got hit. And see if price will run back up to settlement to take out my final target. But I'm perfectly okay if it hits it down here. It hits the trailing stop as I did get 3 out of 4 targets, so I'm not going to complain.
Order canceled.
And that's fine. So why did I take that trade? So what I was looking for is this fair value gap to be inverted, but it literally missed it by, it's 43.75, and it's the close 33, and the low was 33.25. So it missed it by basically 2 ticks. 2 ticks higher, and it would have inverted that fair value gap. But we got the push off of the POC, the very bullish close through the opening print, and like I said, my gut instinct was telling me that a settlement is the draw for right now. So that's why I was liking that particular setup. This was more of a just watching different levels and looking at the price action as to figure out what I think price wants to do and just trying to capitalize on that. So not a particular pattern or setup that I saw, but just what I was seeing in the price action that made me feel that's a good entry for me. So we got swing low, higher swing low, higher swing low, and then we got that push off of the POC. So good trade, happy with that. That puts me 231.94 per account on the day for a total of 927.76. As you can see, first target, second target, third target got hit, and then the trailing stop hit right around the area that first target was at. So not a bad result. We do have these 2 fair value gaps inverted, so this could be a good entry point for the continued push up to settlement. I want to see it come back and test this first before I go long again. Maybe not. This didn't turn out to be a bad wick test right here. 43.75. You would have got first and second targets. Seven. Just missed the settlement by a tick. Settlement has been hit. A 5-minute time frame. I keep those on that chart the same as the price time frame. There's a 60-minute chart. Invert that fair value gap there, and looking to invert this one if we close above settlement. But there's 40 minutes left in that chart. 30-minute chart, 10 minutes left. We're sitting here. So the close of this candle will also set the initial balance for the day. And there's your 15-minute chart. We inverted 3 fair value gaps. Just after the open. Actually, right at the open, one was inverted and 2 more on this candle. So if you're trading that range chart, you get break a structure here. Right over here, we get that close above this structure. Pull back, push, pull back, push. And once you break these fair value gaps, this would have been a great entry right up here. This particular candle would have been perfect. That's 12, it's 15. And this is almost a 3-minute candle, so you had a lot of time to really do that analysis. Take an entry off of here. It's right above VWAP, inverting these fair value gaps on the 15-minute chart. The more I look at this, the more I like that chart. Yeah. Just have to open your mind to the possibilities. That's a nice slap off of the midpoint. That was good for a scalp. Bounced for 15, 16 points right now. Or 15 points. We have yesterday's high as another draw, I believe. So yesterday's level, the daily candle high. Two minutes till this initial balance zones are set, or the initial balance levels are set. So we do have a fair value gap here, but because this candle is kind of bearish, so you have your first candle in the series, your expansion candle here, but we didn't really get any continuation up here. So that's why I'm not kind of liking this area to go long off of, even though it looks like it's doing that and it's respecting the fair value gap. But for me, that wasn't a higher probability setup. this candle had closed up, and then this candle been the pullback candle, I might have taken the bounce off of midpoint or just the top of the fair value gap. And it would have worked if you had taken that bounce off of midpoint. You would have gotten the scalp, and if you moved to break even, your risk would have been off the table. Basically free trade at that point. And that's actually a very viable strategy. So if you're able to scalp out of your first position, take all your risk off the table, and just, you know, do that a couple times a day and maybe catch a runner, it could pay off. So initial balance is set. Initial balance high is at 19,591.25. Get rid of these crosshairs. So that's that level there. Initial balance low is at 19,462.50. Price is moving up very decisively for right now. So we're going to stick with the bullish bias until the market shows us otherwise. Just for the sake of clarification, so this is what I'm looking at, this area here, for this to draw up to. I do think that's where the draw on the day is going to be. We do have to, on the lower time frames, close above this level and get acceptance up here, meaning price continues to move up off of this level. Otherwise, we could be at risk of moving down to sweep this to see if we could find more liquidity. And if we get acceptance down here, then that could indicate a push further down for this draw on liquidity on the sell side. So gotta watch it. Make sure we're trading off of what we see and not with what we think. So. You did get a slap off of initial balance high, back down to midpoint, although I think it missed it by a tick. Yeah. So, you'll see that a lot. A lot of traders like to trade rejection off of that level when it's trading inside the range, or even when it's trading outside. Rejection to the upside. Since my bias right now is bullish, I didn't want to take a short. I might need a coffee refill soon.
Countdown, feel the ticking in my ears. No, is it near the end? Fade out till I disappear. No, 'cause look the other way. You meet you face to face. Words they float away when I'm losing the race. 'Cause I can't play.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna stretch my legs, grab a refill on the coffee, and I'll be back momentarily. Feel free to watch the price action in my absence. Okay, I'm back. Whew. Maybe that walk did me good because probably would have taken along somewhere in there. I don't think I was gone that long though. He's good though. Yes. 650. Look. Wouldn't be surprised if we pull back to this high of this candle, probe in there, and then push off if the bullish tendency wants to continue. Now if we push deeper into this 30-minute candle here, then we could probably test the low of this candle. We'll see. That's 30-minute chart. Okay. See what we got. Inverted fair value gap here. So you can see volume cumulative delta is shifting. So sellers stepped in and are driving this market down based on volume here. We didn't get a close above, or we didn't get a test actually. We missed it by a tick of this level here, and it really slapped off of that area there and down. And once we got back below settlement, it seems we had a shift. So let's see how this plays out. Huge expansion candle. Nice recovery. All right. Let's see. I think I'm going to take that. I'm going to short 41.25 as a wick
Order
test.
submitted. Order submitted.
Maybe that was a bad idea. Stop up here and add. And I'm gonna type.
Order canceled.
So first target was hit.
Order canceled.
Second target hit. I'm gonna bring this to just above the point of control, which is the high volume node of the session, the Globex session. So that's this level right here. See if we get a push down there. The last reversal point was right after it broke through the opening print and it pushed back up. So. And I moved my stop as it was moving up to above structure, so I put it above this swing high. The reason I did that was I was thinking it might come back up to test either the midpoint settlement or the initial balance high, and was looking to see if there was a adding in opportunity at one of those levels. So nice job. Actually not bad. Good job, man. Trailing stop's probably going to get tagged here, and that's fine. Good. Yes, do that. Don't do what I do. Don't add to losers. Only add to winners. No, that's fine. As long as you only do it one time, it's good. You know, sometimes there is an actual legitimate reason to do that, especially if you jump the gun on your initial entry, which I tend to do a lot. FOMO is real, man. Nobody wants to miss out on a good trade. We got to fight that tendency. But I'm glad you had a good week. See what this looks like. Right. That's not looking too bad. We're gonna go 30, 75. So I'm gonna start trailing this on the 1 minute chart, just so I'm not giving back everything if it does come back.
I'm always trying to see through your flaws, 'cause I know that you got so much more to give.
Volume delta is still looking like the sellers have
'Cause I can go to sleep when I'm alone again.
stepped up their pressure on price.
How long should I be waiting? Feels like I've had too much of drama, but I'm not ready to give in.
Order cancelled.
So I got stopped out at 10 points, 10.5 points on the last two contracts. So we are sitting at 351.34 per account. I am trading 4 of the 250k accounts, so 1405.36 is our total on the day after commissions. So first target hit, second target, third target, and trailing stop. Wait, no, I'm sorry, first target, second target, trailing stop. Yeah, first target, second target, trailing stop right here. So not a bad trade. So the setup for that was, let's go back to I like to give the anatomy of each entry just so everyone knows why. And this is actually, since I do this basically as a journal for myself to go back and review and watch, because it not only captures my actual trades, but it captures my emotions. I can look at my face, I can look at my body language and see, you know, how I was acting in the moment of that particular trade. Whereas if I'm just looking at a chart and my entries, I kind of lose that additional information that can prove to be valuable as I try to study and become better. But so the entry was right at the low of this candle, 41.25. So when this candle closed, I was looking for a retest of that level, which it did come back, and then pushed up a little bit higher, but came back down and started taking out my my profit target. So it did hit first and second target, and then when I switched to the minute chart and I saw this candle close down, I decided to tighten up my stop and trail with that, so that I didn't give all of the gains from this movement down here back. So that was that. That was that trade. So as I'm looking at this chart to figure out my next move, a couple things I'm noticing, at least right at this moment, is while we did push back down towards the opening price of the U.S. session, we never closed back below it on this chart, on the 5-minute chart. So, and as you can see, buyers are starting to step in and drive this price back up. If this continues, then looking for maybe a retest of the initial balance high. If we break above that and it holds, retest of yesterday's high, and then that buy side liquidity level that I pointed out on the 4-hour chart from July 31st, that level's 19,717. So downside, we have the 4-hour low of the previous candle, which closed at 10 a.m., which is 19,447.50, which is also the overnight low. And if we get back below this opening print and hold, that is more likely to be the draw initially. Beyond that, there is a fair value gap at 405.50 on a 4-hour chart. We just have to be patient and wait for the market to give us a sign. What I'm going to do here, I'm going to throw my trades on this chart. Couple last night. Yeah. That opening price still acting as a good support level. We did get a POC shift on that last candle. So POC shifted up just slightly. 19.5 I think is where it's at now, somewhere around there. Let's measure it. Let's see. 499.
I keep dreaming, but my dreams keep flying away. A song we're far beyond. Keep chasing them, and I never rest for a day. It's something I don't do. I feel the wind blowing my face, but that's alright. I smile at people passing by. Some smile back, some might not. I'm always looking for a shade when it's hot. I've been low key, and I'm trying to stop. God, I'm feeling good. Yeah, but when off I go. Pretty afternoon, it's a fast forward. Looking at the skyline, looking back at my life, and I gotta say it's one of a kind. Yeah, but when off I go. Pretty afternoon, it's a fast forward. Looking at the skyline, looking back at my life, and I gotta say it's one of a kind. It's been a while since I ran into you on a street.
Let's see.
I wonder if you moved. Hope everything is going amazing for you, and you're not feeling blue. I feel the rain pour down my face, but that's alright. I smile at people passing by. Some smile back, some might not. I'm always looking for a shade when it's hot. I've been low key, and I'm trying to stop. God, I'm feeling good. Yeah, but when off I go. Pretty afternoon, it's a fast forward. Looking at the skyline, looking back at my life, and I gotta say it's one of a kind. Yeah, but when off I go. Pretty afternoon, it's a fast forward. Looking at the skyline, looking back at my life, and I gotta say it's one of a kind. I slipped to the door, bind it to the blue. I slipped to the door, bind it to the blue. I slipped to the door, bind it to the blue. I slipped to the door. God, I'm feeling good. Yeah, but when off I go. Pretty afternoon, it's a fast forward. Looking at the skyline, looking back at my life, and I gotta say it's one of a kind. Yeah, but when off I go. Pretty afternoon, it's a fast forward. Looking at the skyline, looking back at my life, and I gotta say it's one of a kind.
So we see delta is still heavy, volume delta. So cumulative is just about flat on the day. So if sellers keep pushing, they're gonna drive cumulative delta negative. So, and that's what's driving the price down. Heavy influx of sellers. Doesn't always mean that we're going down. It could just be buyers taking profit, because if you're long and you want to take profit, you got to sell. So you become a seller. I'd like to see a break of structure up here, close above this level, and then you could consider maybe going long again, back up to these highs. The opposite would be a break of structure and a close below these levels. Ideally, I would say below opening print and POC for continued move to the downside.
It got me thinking now, should I take it or leave it out? It got me thinking now, and now I'm stuck in this loop again. It got me thinking now, should I take it or leave it out? What would happen if I talk to you? Got a feeling that I get a blue. Would you be my Fortnite?
POC shifted up again.
I'm here when you need my voice. 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 When you need my voice. I'm here when you need my voice. I'm here when you need my voice.
The POC shift. Sometimes when we get into these lulls, price action, you have to find a way to keep your mind distracted so that you don't feel compelled to just force a trade, to enter, because that mindset that you have to be in a trade all the time to succeed is self-defeating. So just boring is good in trading. You can just kind of be chill, find your entries, and you're not as anxious. So, but you got to find a way to distract your mind. Otherwise, that's where you end up taking making hasty decisions that could sometimes go south real quick. So here we are, we getting that structure break that I was talking about earlier. So this is the area I was looking for, that structure break. I really want to see it close above this level for me to consider a long here. I do like the fact that the POC has been shifting upwards. So we're getting volume up here moving up. We see Delta has started to climb back up a little. We'd like to see that continue, with buyers continuing to fuel that move. We do have midpoint, settlement, initial balance high as the draws on price, previous day's high, and then 4-hour buy side liquidity at 19,717. So 5. Don't forget to check your higher time frames for context. You don't want to get stuck in the viewpoint of a lower time frame because that can tend to be noisy. So always go up and look at those higher time frame levels. So this is a 15-minute chart. We got nearly equal lows. This is kind of like a sweeping action because here you have a lower low before pushing up. 30 minutes. Again, 30 minutes, you had one timing price action. This candle, while bullish, did sweep this candle's low before pushing back up. So that kind of gives me more bullish bias for me. Shorts couldn't hold below here or didn't want to. And so buyers have taken control of this move. We could just be going up here, do the same thing and rotate back down. I mean, it is options expiration, so this could just be that volatility playing out. So we'll see what happens. And then 60-minute chart. So the 60-minute chart where you're still one timing to the upside, again, that's another bullish sign for me. So we did not break previous low on the 60-minute chart. So your higher time frames are showing bullish tendencies. So we got the closed above. Retest of this level would be a nice wick test entry, so 42.25. I'm going to go ahead and put an order there and see if that works.
Order submitted.
It may not even come back and pick me up. But that's the setup I see right now, and that's what I'm going to go with. So. So as this candle is approaching the close of that 5-minute period, you got, again, one timing price action, you got a reversal candle here, and then an expansion candle here. Good follow through on this candle. You're going to end up with a fair value gap right in this area here. They say is this high could be tested, 59.25, and I'm gonna probably go a little, maybe a point inside that. Invalidation on this trade would be any close below that fair value gap. You should probably get out of it. Not saying that's what I will do, but that's something that I would say would invalidate that trade. Give me a second, I need to step away for a minute.
I need an angel after what you did, 'cause you were the devil, you messed with my head, you lied to my mother, you lied to my friends, you said that you'd be there, but this never ends. Don't wake me up, not in this century. Don't wake me up, 'cause you're just a ghost inside my head.
All right, I'm back.
You're just a ghost,
Sorry.
you're never there. You're just a memory on my lips. 'Cause you're just a ghost inside my head. You're just a
Order submitted.
Here.
I see the flaws bend beneath me. Crazy how it's easy to see. Nah, I let it move and control me. Gone with the stars, don't even try to get me back for the night. I feel love like Donna. Do what I want all summer. Fly like a star.
I'm gonna tighten up just because I don't. It's starting to get late in the session, and I don't want to give back much. So we're gonna go 1.5 points of break even plus, and then see if this will work in our favor.
Order
First
canceled.
target's hit. It's good. We'll take it. I'm going to switch to the 1 minute chart so I can start managing my trailing strategy here. So I am at break even plus 6 ticks. Probably gonna trail it up a little bit more. We got 67.50, so we'll probably go 65. Maybe trail right behind that midpoint. I'm gonna go behind that candle there, so 68.50 we'll call it.
Order canceled.
Second target hit. Push this just out of 0.25 below initial balance high. See if we can get a little more on that third contract. We are 16 seconds. Our next level to scale to trail to is going to be 74.75. I think that's what we'll do. There we go. We'll leave that there. And I'm perfectly fine if it gets hit.
Order canceled.
Not a bad trade. To the main chart, let's take a look and see how we ended up on that. So our entry was 58.25. First target got hit, second target got hit, and then the trailing stop on the remaining 3 contracts ended up with 16.5 points each. So not a bad trade. That puts us at 508.24 on a day per account for a total of 2,032.96. So as far as Fridays go, that's Good Friday. That is an awesome Friday for me. So I'll take it. We still got just over an hour of trading left. I do tend to wrap things up right around 1 o'clock, as I have to go back to real life. You know, my day job, my family, my day job, my night job, because I trade during the day, but my night job. And I purposely work nights so that it frees up my days so I can do this.
I hope you find what you've been looking for. Trust me, I don't wanna feel no more.
Right. 683 is the overnight high. It's also a 4-hour buy-side liquidity level. $72.75. Yep, we poked into that. we didn't do it on this candle. So that's a wick test setup, but when this candle closes and doesn't hit it, then you invalidate that entry. Expansion candle. Pull back. Got to be careful up here because we are seeing selling. But again, this could be profit taking. You had this sweep, you had this push up, profit takers up here. But it is a key level, that being yesterday's settlement level. This could be an area where sellers might be defending and trying to push the move price back down. But let's see if we get a close above that, a retest of initial balance high. And then if we break out above that, I might be inclined to take another long. But I'm okay with sitting on my hands right now and just watching and waiting for things to play out. So sounds like there's somebody at my door. I need to go check it out. Okay.
Stop the time, 'cause I wanna freeze this moment. Make it mine, hold you close. Now my heart's wide open. When I'm with you, suddenly I feel no pain. Do you make it go away? Do you make it?
Okay.
Stop the time, 'cause I wanna freeze this moment. Make it mine, hold you close. Now my heart's wide open. When I'm with you, suddenly I feel no pain. Do you make it go away? Do you make it? Do you make it go away?
Order submitted.
So there's the official retest of the initial balance high. Um, take a look. Higher time frame. Breaking structure on the 60-minute chart. On the 30-minute chart, we get nearly equal highs with 91.25 and 91. (15-minute) again, breaking structure.
The seasons come and go like thoughts of you. Like a wave returns to the sea.
Just missing the previous day's high by 3 ticks. 4 ticks. No, 3 ticks.
Each painful but delightful to live through. You came into my life just like another season. Not for long, just a time. Just like another season. Maybe this time next year you'll reappear for no reason. But I'll cherish every day until you come my way this season. The seasons turn and change just like your mind. Like the sun gives into the moon, into the night. Time continues marching, it slowly crawls. With each new one starting, I recall. You came into my life just like another season. Not for long, just a time. Just like another season. Maybe this time next year you'll reappear for no reason. But I'll cherish every day until you come my way this season.
So I'm going to go ahead and move my order to previous high. Let's see if we come back and test that before pushing up. Now there's a possibility that this is going to come deeper against me, and I will probably scale into it if that's the case. What I don't want to do is to see it just completely take off without me. And it still could. It may not even come back to the previous high. Test.
You said that you've been lonely, makes you cold as ice.
Order submitted. Order canceled.
Okay, first target hit. We're going to leave the second and third targets right where they're at. And I'm probably going to get stopped out here anyway, so no point in going any further with that thought. Unless, you know, the second target goes back and it comes profit.
Order canceled.
That's fine. And I'm okay with that. That was fine by me. We are 20 minutes past noon. We're getting closer to the end of my trading session, so I am going to probably tighten up quicker on any entries that I do enter, because time for me is getting short for today. So just to kind of go over the makeup of that particular trade. So I didn't do that. Who did that? Who's got control of my system? So when this candle closed, I was looking for a retest. Originally, I had my entry at the high of this candle, 580, while this candle was in process. That's a wick test entry, but I mean, price never really came back to that area. So once we inverted this fair value gap and this fair value gap and we closed, this is a very bullish expansion candle. So you have first expansion candle, continuation expansion candle. I was looking for I moved my order up to the previous high, looking for a retest of that level. And it gave it to me. Very little, like a 1.25 of drawdown on that entry, and hit my first target, but got very close to my second target, but didn't quite hit it. But then came back and stopped me out on on the trailing stop because I am tightening up more aggressively as the day goes on, because again I don't have much time remaining to trade today, as I have to go about my my real life. So that trade put us again first target 10 and 3/4 points, and then the trailing stop was hit at 7 ticks. So four contracts, trailing stop 7 ticks. We're at 538.64 on the day, 20 per account. I am trading 4 accounts, so we are at 2154.56. As far as Fridays go, I'm happy with that. That's good for me.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
This one didn't work out so good. Not yet, at least. This one's coming back deeper against us. Ends up taking us. $33 and $73, yeah. Not good. Yeah, I'm gonna become risk off here, just because I'm running out of time and I don't want to. Not really interested in giving back what I've made today. So if it stops me out, it stops me out.
Order canceled.
And it did. So that puts me at 541.04 for the day. Make sure all of them closed. Yep, they all did. All 4 accounts, same result. And I think that's going to do it for me. Obviously, time is limited. It's 30 minutes left. Why tempt fate on a Friday, especially options expiration Friday? So, looking at the total of 541.04, trading 4 accounts for 21.64.16 on the day. Pretty good Friday for me. You know, that last trade actually would have worked out. Looks like first target would have been hit and would have been profitable, and it's probably going to continue to climb, but why risk it when I only have 30 minutes left in the day? And you know, and I'm sitting in a nice spot for the day. No need to ruin a good day. But happy with my result. So there we are. Just as a reminder, I am trading the Apex evaluation accounts, 250K evaluation accounts. I am trading 4 of them. Apex is having a sale at 71% off. They are continuing the 1 day to pass promotion. The large accounts, the 150, the 250, and the 300, they're still offering a lifetime PA fee of $85. That was extended through September 15th. The current sale is through August 27th, so 71% off through August 27th. Obviously, for the best available discount at any time, you can use my code, which is scrolling below, UAKBSDDK. That's it for me for the day. I don't think I have anything else I want to add, but I appreciate anyone that is watching, has watched, or will be watching this back later on. So don't forget to hit like if you like the content, and subscribe to the channel to get notifications when I'm going to stream, when I post new videos. I do post shorts here and there. I will post individual trades and stuff like that. So, but that's it for me. Happy Friday. Have a good weekend. And next week I won't be streaming. I'll be working my night job during the day. So I'm going to be covering for someone at my day job. So have a good weekend, folks. Thanks for watching.